just put it across right here. That way if that breaks, we ain't got to worry about it taking off down the road. Hey everybody. Something happened yesterday that I wasn't anticipating. One of my neighbors, and it's a lady that goes to church with us and stuff, she messaged me and said they was looking for a bush hog. Wanted to know if I had anybody that had one for sale. And if any of you's been following the channel long, I've been wanting to get a 6-foot bush hog. I could use a bigger one, but 6 foot will probably fit better for all my tractors and stuff, and cost wise fits the budget better too than like a 7 foot or something. But that morning I had been thinking, you know, about checking on one and maybe going ahead and getting it and trying to sell the bush hog we had. I kind of hate to get rid of it, but anyways, when she messaged me, I just said, well, yeah, I've got one I might be interested in selling, and gave them a price and told them if you wanted to come look at it, you know, that'd be fine. And they're good people, and both of them's having some health problems and stuff, so I priced it to where that I felt like I'd come out pretty good, and they'd get a good deal too, because I wanted to help them a little bit and stuff. And so I sold my bush hog. And then I was like, I better get one back pretty soon, because I don't know how equipment dealerships are around you, but right now a lot of stuff's sold out. And it was late Saturday evening by the time this happened, and I've got a few little bush hogging jobs to do coming up. So this had opened up a new Rural King in Bristol, and I called up there and asked them and if they had a 6 foot, and they said, yeah, we've got one left. So I loaded my old one up and hauled up to their house and delivered it, and we headed on to Bristol, which we was planning on going up there to eat out anyways. And went up there, and I'll show you what we got. End up getting, it's another King Kutter, but it's got the thing I like about this, it's the deck is all sort of tapered to where the water will shed off of it, and it has the flex hitch design. It's got a pretty heavy built 3-point hitch hookup, and it'll flex side to side a little bit, and it also will flex back here, like going over humps and stuff. I've not used one like that, but it seems like a good design to me. This one doesn't have the slip clutch, which I'm going to order a slip clutch to put on it. I found one. I need to just measure the shaft on this and to make sure it's right. But you know, it's not a real heavy duty bush hog by any means, but I don't necessarily need a real heavy duty one. And probably if I had got a real heavy duty, then I don't know that like the 245 and 135 and stuff would handle it if I needed to use it on them. Might make the front end too light or something. So I'd say this will be a good fit, especially if I get a slip clutch on it. That's one thing I do want, a slip clutch, because this gearbox is only rated at 40 horsepower. But as long as I don't get into brush and stuff, it should be fine. So I also had a guy come by here on Friday, and well, Thursday evening, and asking if I had any old hay rake wheels for those wheel rakes. And I said, yeah, I've got a few. They're pretty rough shape. And he said, well, that's kind of what I'm looking for, you know. I can put new teeth in them and all that. And he wasn't wanting to spend a whole lot. So I brought him down here and showed him what I had and priced them to him. And he went ahead and took them. So I was a pretty good start towards buying this new bush hog. Hadn't really intended on doing that right now necessarily. But I did. Hopefully I'll like it and be happy with it. I don't know. It looks good. You know, it's basically what I had, just a 6 foot. It's designed just slightly better, I feel like, though, and a little heavier duty. But we'll get it done loaded here and put it in the shop and get it set up, and maybe hook it up to the tractor, a 3-point hitch. I only put one strap on this thing to start with last night. We stopped to eat and I decided to put another one on there. It's gonna be dark on the way home, and I ain't gonna take a chance on this and breaking or something, so I may not be able to see it. So I just went ahead and put 2 on there. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Now I unhook that end, I want to try to scoop this end around where I can hook it to the 3-point hitch once I get it set up. Right there's something I don't understand. Look at the amount of paint on that shaft right there. And that bolt and stuff. I don't know why they painted that like that. That should have been taped off and left, because I'll have to grind all that off to get my shaft up on there, I bet, and get that snap ring out and stuff. But I want to try to get all that apart and get the drive shaft on there next. And then guess I'll go ahead and check the oil in it and grease it. I don't know about this tail wheel, whether to drop it down a bolt to raise it a little bit higher in the back, or try it like it is right there. Not real sure about that. We'll see how it does. Come back here. Well, that had grease on it. Alright, I might have to apologize for that they've got oil or grease or something on that shaft where the paint don't necessarily stick to it. That's what it appears, because it came right off that bolt. We'll see what it's like on the rest of this shaft. I'll take my rag, wipe across it, but it kind of acts like it might come right off. Now, that wasn't bad as I thought it was gonna be. All you gotta do right here on these drive shafts is push them little buttons in, and that releases this one cover. All right, I got that slid back. Get this slid up on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put my snap ring in. Okay, now I'll find my bolt hole and get it in. And don't know where the nut went. Is it still up in my socket? Yep. Sure you use an actual shear pin for that. You don't want to use like a grade 8 bolt or nothing, because you'll bust the gears in your gearbox liable to for the grade 8 bolt will shear on it. But what I'll do, I'll get me a slip clutch. I'll slide up on that shaft, and then the drive shaft will slide up on it. I'd say I won't have to cut my drive shaft off. It looks like it'll be okay, but now once I put that slip clutch on it later, I may end up having to shorten it just a little bit. But well, that's something anybody really needs to check good, is to make sure you got plenty of travel on your drive shaft, so when you raise or lower your 3-point hitch, it doesn't put pressure on your PTO on your tractor and bust the housing or something. And I'll have to check it on all my tractors as I hook them up till I've put it on all of them. But that slip clutch will lengthen that quite a bit. I'd say I'll have to shorten it then. But I'm gonna grease my universal joints and stuff, and grease my tail wheel and spindle back there, and check the oil in the gearbox, and then we'll be ready to put it on the, hook it up to the tractor. We're about to get a storm fixing to start, or if it don't, we're gonna miss a good chance at one. Got that lined up easy. This in here I might have to scoot it around just a fuzz. raise it up. Quite a bit bigger than the other one. Should do a lot better on this tractor. I think I'm gonna let that tail wheel down to that hole. I'm gonna raise this back end up just a little bit higher. I'm afraid it'll dig in on me and I'll bend it backing up mowing. What y'all think? I'd say let's do it and then we can always change it if we need to. Alright, we got it hooked up. I adjusted the tail wheel down one hole. I don't know, it may be too high in the back. I'll have to try it a little bit and see, but you kind of want it to shed out the back good and don't want it to dig in when you're backing up to bend these corners and stuff, so it might be pretty good where it's at, I'd say. I'll try it a little bit and see. The front's what, as long as it'll go down, it'll cut. But as you can tell, it's still not hardly as wide as the tractor, but it's a whole lot better than what I had. Whole lot, fits it a whole lot better. I went through and checked my bolts and stuff. The bolts on the gearbox are just slightly loose. I torqued them down good. Checked the oil in the gearbox, greased everything, so we should be good to go. I'm kind of anxious to see how it does. Might try it out a little bit tomorrow or something. Well, whenever we do try it out, I'll get some video of it. If y'all will, please like and subscribe and comment. I know this probably is not the bush hog y'all would think I would get or anything, but no more than I do. I think it'll be just fine. And then if something comes up down the road, I start doing more bush hogging jobs. I guess we can look into getting something different then, but I wanted something that wouldn't make the front end light on the 135 and 245 on the farm track and stuff. Something made handle okay, or even Dad's John Deere if need be. I think this will be fine, especially if I get me a slip clutch. I'm gonna go ahead and order one probably this evening and get that on the way. But I guess that's it. We'll catch you later.